Hey everybody, welcome back to Laptop Seniors. If you're going to Panama City, Panama, and that could be for a number of reasons, more than likely though, if you're watching this channel, you're a retiree or you're thinking about it and you want to retire in Panama, which is pretty awesome, really. And you're going to need visas and things like that. Generally speaking, you're going to need to spend probably a couple weeks in Panama City while the lawyer, gets that all worked out, and you're going to have to run out to, the migration office, the immigration office, which is about maybe 20-25 minutes from what I'm about to tell you about. And what I'm about to tell you about is, I think this is the best hotel in Panama City, all things considered, that you should stay at. I'm not getting paid for this, they don't know I'm doing this. The hotel, we did stay there. We've stayed in a bunch of different hotels in Panama City at different times because we've been there a lot. And this is like the Goldilocks of all the hotels. And when we went there the last time we went in September, it was like $83 a night. You could drop down to one of the lesser hotels, and we actually went over to one of the lesser hotels because it just looked good in the pictures. It was like 68 bucks. When we actually went there and kind of looked at the room and looked at the lobby, it was like, I don't know if I really want to be here. It wasn't like super bad, but for 15 bucks, man, monstrous amount of difference, monstrous, between that one and the one I'm telling you about. And the one I'm telling you about is the Marriott Executive Apartments in Finisterre. The hotel is really centrally located. It's about 5 minutes away from a subway stop, one of the main subway stops, which will get you anywhere. I'd say it's about a sand wedge, if you know anything about golf, which is, I don't know, maybe what is that, maybe 80 yards? You're 80 yards for pretty much every single rental car company, Avis, Hertz, Newbie, whatever it's called. There's like 6 or 7 of them right next to each other. They literally are door to door to door to door. So if you go to the hotel and you want a car, and you don't need one for maybe 4 or 5 days, but you want to kind of rent one for a couple days, they're right outside your door, and you have free parking at the hotel, which is pretty amazing, and it's inside parking. If you want to go in the other direction, it's roughly 10 minutes through 2 really nice neighborhoods, and all of a sudden you're at the ocean. And the ocean is beautiful, but big, long walking paths. And if you want to double that out and go for a walk of about 20-25 minutes, you can walk all the way around the corner and go into Punta Pacifica and Punta Patia, which is a really beautiful area. It's pretty much, really, it looks like Fort Lauderdale. If I spun you around and said, you're in Fort Lauderdale, you'd believe me, other than the Spanish signs. Well, actually, Lauderdale, you'd even see Spanish signs, so I guess you'd probably believe me either way, because it looks just like you're in Florida. It's gorgeous. And, lots of shopping, lots of everything. You are right in the heart of the city with this hotel. I told you about the lower end, in the $60 range, this one in the $80 range. The next rung up when we were there was, you're jumping up to 120, and then the ones after that are 140 and 240 and 300. And it just seems like, why would you do that for a hotel room? Why pay 120 for a little hotel room when for $83 you have a massive apartment in a hotel, and the hotel is a Marriott on top of that? And if you ever stayed at hotels, Marriott are like top of the line. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at the hotel. It sits on a corner, and as you're looking at this, if you walk to the left, like a really tiny little block, you're on the main street of Panama City, one of the 2 main streets, and there's a ton of rental cars there if you want one of those, and there's free parking in the hotel. So if you're a guest there, totally free parking, which is amazing for a Marriott. This is the lobby, and they have a coffee shop. You can get a drink. Now, I'll show you one other thing you're really close to, which is the subway, just 5 minutes away. Again, you can see it out the window. It's so close. So let's go to the room. It's a really, nice hotel too, especially for the money. And it's large. What you're about to see here is 640 square feet. This is not a normal hotel room. This is like a really large studio apartment. And in many parts of the world, this is a huge 1-bedroom apartment, because we have been in a lot of places in the world where entire families live in like 450 square feet. This is 640. And for saving money if you're there for a long time, it has a kitchen. 2 burners, no oven, but you don't really need an oven. Coffee maker, you've got a microwave, you've got a full-size fridge, all the usual stuff. And again, right outside the window is the city. Right down there is a food truck park with 6 or 7 food trucks, and it's a permanent park. They're always there, and they have great food and really reasonable prices. So swinging around looking at the room from the other side, you got the couch. It's a pull-out couch, so you can have 4 people in here easily. And back on the end there's a desk for you to work. So if you're a digital nomad, you got a lot of space to work. The internet was fine here, ran reasonably quick. Bathroom was nice. It's a bathroom. It's nothing to write home about, but it's also pretty decent. One last look, and then we'll move on. We'll take you to breakfast. You can eat outside for breakfast or dinner, or inside. That's the outside part. And as I swing around, here's the inside part. Again, they have dinner here, and pretty decent amount of people show up for dinner. Very reasonable price. This was breakfast. This is what you get for breakfast. Comes with the room. This guy makes omelets for you, and I'll show you those omelets in just a second. So every day they have 3 things like this in these canister type things, and they're always different each day. This one is obviously eggs. This yucca was fantastic. Never had yucca before. It was great. You tell him what kind of omelet you make, and he just makes it for you. It's custom. And they have other things if you want cereal or bread or cream cheese, or just kind of want to make like a sandwich, like European sort of breakfast, and fruit in jars, and then you take it to your table. This is what your breakfast is pretty much going to look like. At least that was mine. Fruit jars again. And there's Viv. She's eating away, stirring her tea. I was doing some videos because I have another channel where I actually teach radio programming, and I decided to do one up here. This is part of the lesson, but you got an idea of what the hotel looks like, where the pool is. You're up high. It's nice. It's really, really pretty.